You might be brilliant at strategy, product development, or marketing. You may have a fervent belief in your mission, vision, and product. If you want to be a great CEO, though, you need to be or become the best salesperson at your company. Want to bring in more customers? Then you'll need to sell. Do you plan to hire people and keep them engaged? Well, then sales is a daily practice. You need to raise money? Well, then you better perfect your sales pitch. So much of what you do as a CEO involves selling, and most people aren't particularly good at it. Sometimes that's a perception thing and they don't think they should be doing the selling, but it's also due to a lack of attention to developing sales as a skill. It's a difficult art to master, but it'll make a bigger difference to your success than almost any other. Now, you're probably aware that personal brand is becoming more and more important every day, especially when it comes to building trust. People trust other people far more than they trust companies. This is apparent in research which shows that 82% of consumers are more likely to trust a business if the CEO is visible and active, especially on social media. Elon Musk's efforts at Tesla are a textbook example of this. Even before they began to turn a profit, the electric car company were valued at $75 billion as a result of Musk's constant selling of the future they're building. And in terms of valuations, Daniel Ek has turned Spotify into a $28 billion business, despite never generating consistent profit even over the course of a year. He's been able to sell a story of growth to investors in the market, despite the company now being almost 20 years old. A sales-focused CEO will also drive revenue growth. If you're out winning business, closing deals, and generating high-level opportunities, then your sales team will be motivated and inspired and engaged in delivering on the leads you generate. If you're entering into a major partnership or securing a multi-million or even billion-dollar deal, well, then the other party will usually want the CEO to be involved, so you'd better be able to take the lead in those meetings and sell them the dream to get the deal over the line. Mark Benioff is a great example of this, and he famously drove many of Salesforce's early business wins, building momentum in the company and spreading their story. Your ability to attract, engage, and secure top talent also rests on your ability to sell, and in this case, to sell your vision and create excitement around the future of the business. Top performers want to progress, grow, and make a difference, and they can only really do that in environments where they believe growth is likely. And the best people can also be pretty cynical on this point, so if you want to convince them to come on board and to help you realize your vision, well, you'll need to create conviction and overcome their natural skepticism. When things get difficult, as they inevitably will in building any company, it's going to be down to you to keep everyone calm and steer the ship through the storm, reassuring your team, managing investors, maintaining and growing customer relationships despite market conditions, and securing those deals that really safeguard the future of the company are essential tools that keep your business afloat and on course. And if your business model's in question, or if there are major incumbent competitors out to get you, well, then you'll need to take a leaf from Jeff Bezos and Brian Chesky's books. In Jeff Bezos' case, securing $1 million of investment from 20 individual investors when everyone thought Barnes & Noble would put Amazon out of business. And in Brian Chesky's, selling to investors who just couldn't understand the concept of a hotel company with no hotels. So it's not just about closing deals, although that is a key part of the equation, but about communicating your vision, hiring the best people, and generating the resources you need to be successful. Whether you're a salesperson, trained or natural, or not, there are some key steps you should take to sharpen your sales skills and to elevate those of your whole organization. First, you should get sales training from the best. I've been a professional salesperson for nearly 20 years, but I decided earlier this year to up my game and take on board as much sales input as I could. It's been absolutely invaluable in terms of understanding alternative approaches, refining the tools of my personal trade, and also developing a system that's right for our business. Every organization is different though, so once you've gained the knowledge, it's crucial to test what you've learned. Keep what works, combine disparate techniques, and just discard the rest. Get out there and sell, meet customers, pitch to potential clients, and go to networking events. Try the new things you've learned, be prepared to fail, and get better at the craft. It's really likely that you'll see results very quickly if you take sales development seriously, but if you don't, keep adjusting your approach until you do. And then finally, train your team. Being amazing at sales is a bit like having a superpower. Imagine if your whole team could deliver new business better than any of your competitors. What difference would that make to both your top and bottom line? And one last thing, when you start getting good at sales, it's a lot of fun. Despite your reservations, you might just find yourself enjoying it. So why not give it a try?